Warhammer 40k Darktide. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Take back the city of Tertia from hordes of bloodthirsty foes in this intense and brutal action shooter. Warhammer 40k Darktide is the new co-op focused experience from the award-winning team behind the Vermintide series. Great game that, guys. As Tertia falls, rejects will rise. That's when they're not crashing or lagging or loading. Damn. Yes, guys, Vermintide Darktide. Sorry. Did I just? I can't believe I said the quiet bit out loud there. Oops. Damn, Mac, you've just said it's a reskin. I can't believe, guys. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say Warhammer. All right, it's Vermintide. Matt, you can't go back now. You've said it. You know, integrity and all that. Yeah, it's Vermintide, guys. Which isn't a bad thing because Vermintide's a good game. It's very Vermintide-y, this. Anyway, first things first, guys. How does it run? It ran great for me on my 2080 RTX Duke. No problems at all with actually the frames per second. And the graphics are pretty damn nice. The lighting is really damn nice, guys. So yeah, it ran okay for me in 1080p with everything on rather 1440p. Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, not too bad at all. Unfortunately though, it crashes a lot. Every session that I've played, I've had loading screens 2 minutes plus without fail. Every session that I've played, I've had DCs or somebody on my team has DC'd. It's got problems, guys. It has problems. Now, I've played this for 36 hours, not because I think it's fantastic, but because of the way they've rolled the game out. You see, if you pre-ordered the game, you got into two weeks early, but it was just the beta, and it wasn't the full game. I thought it was, but it just wasn't. I kind of realised that it wasn't when I was playing on the same fucking map over and over again, on the same 3 missions. And then after a week, they introduced another map, and then another type of mission. But as it stands now, when it releases in a day or two, we're looking at a game that's extremely repetitive. Every map looks pretty much the same. There's a new zone coming, but guys, I have to say that it is just fucking monotonous, this game. You literally can't tell the difference between maps except for the path that you take, because all the assets is pretty much the same. You're running through and you're thinking, have I been here before? Oh yes, the game before. Yesterday's games and the day before's games. Yes, I have been fucking here before, motherfucker. And that's the problem with this game. The game itself is fun. I mean, you get 4 classes. You get a psyker, a preacher, a shooty guy, and something there. And they're all pretty fun in their own right. I've been playing the veteran, who's the shooter. He gets the big fucking guns, even though I haven't had a big fucking gun yet, which is a bit of a shame. The Ogren, he gets a big fucking gun, but I don't have an Ogren, so I ain't going to play the big fucking gun song, which is a bit of a shame. But I have stuck my lips out on numerous occasions with this fully auto freaking death gun that I've got, which is really, really good fun. This is how the game works, guys. It's co-op, so you either play with your friends, but you can't set up a private server. You can invite them through Steam into your own group, and off you go that way, and you can vote kick. So I guess it is kind of private in that sense. If not, there's a matchmaking service, which absolutely sucks. But you can still play with other people. If there's nobody there, a bot will fill the role of it, and bots are stupid. So you'll get one of the 3 missions or 4. I don't even know how many missions there are, but there's 3 or 4 different objectives, and you're going to be doing them over and over again. So whatever it is, let's say you have to kill some guy. So you all jump into the map after stupid loading screens. You go in, hopefully you've got a mixed class, so you've got a bit of tactics going on, and you'll run through a really nice looking map, essentially. So like I said, good lighting and stuff. And you will just get inundated with absolutely hundreds of mobs trying to eat your face. And some of them literally do eat you and vomit you out. And as you go through, you will, if you complete it and get the objectives done, you will get... I wasn't farting there if you heard a noise. That's the garage door. It makes a funny noise. Cass is making tea at the moment, so that was that. But if you get through to the end, you will get a decent slice of XP. And XP is important because that levels you up. Leveling up allows you to go to the armory and buy new weapons that are level specific. This is why you don't want lobies on your side, even if they're experienced lobies, because at the end of the day, and I'm talking to you grifters who just dive into to the hard maps at level 7 to try and get a free carry through. Go yourself. Play the maps for your level, because you'll have your pop gun. You know, you'll be coming in with a pop gun. We don't want you in our game. My bell's broke. My bell is in bits, and it's the only bell I've got. This is it, catastrophe. It's in 3 bits. My bell's I suppose I can drop things onto it. There goes the bell, guys. So you got to watch for that going on. But you get basically melee weapons, you get guns. For my class anyway. I mean, I don't have any of the other classes, so I'm just talking about my class, the veteran. And they are very similar all the way. You might have a couple of little stat differences. They go in the usual colours of green, purple, and then legendary and orange, or white, which is just like basic bullshit gun. And they'll have perks on them as well. Like, well, they're not like perks. They're, you know, the abilities, procs, if you like. But the guns are very samey. There's not a lot of diverse guns out there. There's not like a big range of weapons, is what I mean. It got very, very boring, you know. It's, oh, this one's rapid fire. Oh, this one's precision fire. Okay. All right. That's all I've had in the last 6 hours. Yeah, great. Thanks. And it does get boring in that sense. There is a crafting thing that's just come out in the last 24 hours where you can actually... if you get a good gun, you can make it a bit better by collecting crafting materials. Eventually, you'll be able to break guns down, and it's turning into Vermintide. Basically, it's taking the stuff from Vermintide and bringing it into this, which is not a bad thing. So don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. The gameplay, the gunplay is fun, it really is, but there's far too much melee combat for me and not enough shooty. Even playing as a shooty class, which I can carry with the current gun, 600 rounds of ammo, I'm still finding that I'm switching to my power sword and just whacking people in the face. And it is fun, it's quite heavy. The combat, you've got dodge and all of that, and you feel the weight, the heaviness as you're hitting into them, and it slices through the face. It is kind of fun, but it happens so fast that you kind of don't appreciate what's actually going on, because you'll just be slicing through 10 heads in a few seconds, so you don't get to savor that, you know, as you... That didn't sound like a push, that was a terrible sound effect. Wrinkle your bell a bit. So yeah, but I must admit, in the later stages of the game, it does kind of become fun when you've got the Saiga with these fucking freaking electricity. I think it's the Saiga. Everybody's got really good abilities, and there's all hell breaking loose. It is fun. Once you get past level 22, 23, once you get into the last, it only goes to 30, the last throngs of leveling up to 30, everybody's got some really cool abilities, and yeah, it does get fun, and there's some decent bosses that come after you, but it has to be said that the game is as shallow as a puddle. It needs way more different types of missions. It needs way more different types of maps. It's very, very poor in the sense of what you do. There's just not enough of it. It's just, as you go through the game, you're doing the same shit just on a different level, and that's pretty poor. Has to be said, it's pretty poor. Max, stop saying has to be said, but it does, it has to be said. It is only £32. Now I say only, that's a lot of money, but people might think it's a £55, £60 game. It's just not on the PC. It's not anyway. I don't know whether you're getting ripped off on the consoles, but on the PC, you probably are, usually do. But on the PC, it's 30 odd quid. So it's not going to break your bank, and it is co-op, and it is fun if you can get through the absolutely boring first 15 hours. It gets good after 15 hours, guys. It's probably going to end up about an 8 out of 10 in about a year. Remember Vermintide? That happened with that. In Vermintide, it started off pretty shallow and shit, ended up great. I have a feeling Darktide's going exactly the same way as that. Now, I know a lot of you are probably going to get upset that I'm going to score this game now. It hasn't even released. It releases tomorrow, and we know for a fact more content's coming tomorrow, and it may even become more stable. But today, it isn't stable. They released a big patch, and it didn't really make the game any better. In fact, it made it worse for a lot of people. I know tomorrow there's 3 new missions, 1 new map, probably some weapons, and a cash shop coming. That's going to be launched. That isn't going to change my score one iota because it needs way more maps and way more missions. Not 1 map and 3 fucking missions. It needs way more than that. So as it stands, guys, we have a sprinkling of maps, sprinkling of missions, a huge grind in a very unstable game which has a lot of disconnects as well as crashes. That ain't good. But it is fun. The classes are pretty decent. The weapons are good that you get. It looks nice. I'm scraping this through with a thumb up, but it's going to be a pretty low score purely because the game lacks content and is very unstable. If tomorrow fixes all of these things, then I'll happily come back and just reflect the changes if the changes do really make the game a lot better. I just don't think they will.